Hello everyone, my name is JVN Brunyola from BSN Mathematics 3rd year, and today I am going to discuss about curriculum evaluation and what, why, and how to evaluate a curriculum. So first, what is curriculum evaluation? Curriculum evaluation is a component of curriculum development that responds to public accountability. It looks into educational reform or innovation that happens in a teacher's classroom, the school, district division, or the whole educational system as well. So, next, according to Olivia P. at 1998, it is a process of delineating, obtaining, and providing useful information for judging alternatives for purposes of modifying or eliminating the curriculum. And it is also a process done in order to gather data that enables one to decide whether to accept, change, eliminate the whole curriculum. So, what is the example of curriculum? So, the term curriculum refers to the lessons and academic content taught in a school or in a specific course or program. An individual teacher's curriculum, for example, would be the specific learning standards, lessons, assignments, and materials used to organize and teach a particular courses. Next is evaluation. So, evaluation is to identify the weaknesses and strengths as well as problems encountered in implementation to improve the curriculum development process. It is to determine the effectiveness of the returns on allocated finance. So, what is evaluation example? So to evaluate is defined as to judge value or the worth of someone or something. And for example, is when a teacher review a paper in order to give a grade to his or her students. And then know that there are four types of evaluation. The main types of evaluation are process, impact, outcome, and summative evaluation. But the two major types of evaluation are formative and summative. Next is how to evaluate curriculum. A curriculum is a guide that explains what the students will learn, how they will learn it, and how they will show they have grown in academic and intellectual level. So, first is synchronizing the curriculum. So, as a teacher, you're going to compare the current curriculum to an old or alternative program. And then second, make sure that the content and processes are right for your students. And then focus in how learning outcomes are measured. Next is setting objectives for the evaluation. So, first, we are going to pinpoint what's working with the curriculum and what is needed to change. And then next is um, determine whether or not any recent changes are effective, and then ensure the curriculum lines up to your school's particular standards. And the next is collecting feedback and data. So, for example, form a curriculum evaluation team of teachers, administrators, or even parents, and then give older students a questionnaire about the course, and then create a simple survey for younger students to fill out, and then look at the students' performance on state or national achievements test. Next is two ways of looking at curriculum evaluation. So first, curriculum program evaluation. So this focus on overall aspects of curriculum or the curriculum itself. So we have here mother tongue curriculum, teachers approach in mathematics curriculum, and then K to 12 curriculum. Second, curriculum program component evaluation. So this includes separate evaluations such as achieve learning outcomes, instructional materials like books, and then curriculum process like teaching learning method or strategies we are going to use. Next is, why is there a need to evaluate a curriculum? So, reasons for curriculum evaluation. Curriculum evaluation identifies the strengths and weaknesses of an existing curriculum that will be the basis of the intended plan, design, or implementation. So, at the middle of the curriculum development, it will tell you the design or implemented curriculum can produce or is producing the desired result. Next is, it will guide whether the result have equaled or exceeded the standard and it is labeled as success. Next is, it provide information necessary for teachers, schools, managers, curriculum specialists for policies recommendation that will enhance achieved learning outcomes. Next, the teacher's role as evaluator. The role of teachers is to evaluate and is vital to a teacher's success. It is the rule that allows the teachers to discover the worth of their work. Teacher must find the value in what they do. Most fields of endeavor have some measures of success. And a teacher's role in curriculum evaluation affects the school's choice of textbook, as well as the adoption of specific special programs to augment educational standards. So classroom instructors examines the curriculum objectives to determine the relevance of the materials. Next, curriculum development process. So, curriculum is a dynamic process involving many different people and procedures. So, development can change, which is systematic. It change for the better means alteration, modification, or improvement of existing condition. So to produce positive changes, development should be purposeful, planned, and progressive. So usually it is linear and follows a logical, step-by-step fashion involving the following phases like curriculum planning, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. So we have here the teaching process. We have here the plan, implement, evaluate. So planning. This involves the learning objectives, designing the method of to achieve the objectives, and deciding on the assessment to determine the objectives has been achieved. So um, planning is also considered as school vision, mission, and goals. It also includes the philosophy of strong education belief of schools. All of this will eventually be translated to classroom desired learning outcomes for the learners. So, next is Next is implementation. So the plan involves putting the plans into action. So success often rests with the ability of the teacher to manage students and classroom environment. So this is like putting into action. So this is based on the curriculum design in the classroom setting or the learning environment. So the teacher is the facilitator of learning and together with the learners uses the curriculum as design guides to what will transpire in the classroom with the end of or in the view of achieving the intended learning outcomes. So implementation or implementing is like implementing the curriculum is just like where the action takes place. Next is evaluation. So um, it is a subjective process, and teachers and administrators evaluate lessons, textbooks, programs, and students. They even evaluate each other. So it determines the extent to which the desired outcomes have been achieved. This procedure is ongoing, as in finding out the progress of learning, or the formative, or the mystery of learning, which is the summative. And along the way, evaluation will determine the factors that have hindered or supported in implementation. So it will also pinpoint where improvement can be made and connective measures introduced. And the result of evaluation is very important for decision making of curriculum planners and implementers. Next is curriculum evaluation. So, curriculum evaluation is really necessary and important aspects of any national education system. It provides the basis of curriculum policies decision for feedback on continuous curriculum adjustments and process of curriculum implementation. So, it is also important to remember that evaluation can happen at many different levels. The teachers can assess their reading programs, and a school can assist. Their entire curriculum evaluation is often focused on determining how the curriculum is doing in terms of achieving the goals set for it. Next is the curriculum development process model. So we have here Ralph Tyler model. So he uh, he has a four basic principles. So Taylor, also known as Ralph Taylor, also known as Taylor's rationale. The curriculum development model emphasizes the planning phase, and this is presented in his book, Basic Principles of Curriculum and Instruction. So, he posited four fundamental principles which are illustrated as answers to the following questions. So, here we go. So, first, what educational purposes should schools seek to attain? And then, second, what educational experiences can be provided that are likely to attain these purposes? And third, how can these educational experiences be effectively organized? And then, fourth, how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained or not? So second is Helda Taba model, grassroots approach. So Helda improved on Taylor's model. She believed that teachers should participate in developing a curriculum. As a grassroots approach, Taba begins from the bottom rather than from the top as what Taylor proposed. Next is Galen Saylor and William Alexander curriculum model. So Galen Saylor and William Alexander, 1974, viewed curriculum development as consisting of four steps. Curriculum is and a plan for providing set of learning opportunity to achieve broad educational goals and related specific objectives for an identifiable population served by a single school center. So that's all of my report for today. And to learn more about the curriculum models being mentioned above, the next reporter, Mr. Johnny Boy Abile, will give you more details about it. Thank you and God bless everyone.